Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Tuesday the 3rd of June 2025. In today's Millwall news we shall start off with this speculation. And this isn't the only place that's speculating. This is from InsideFootball.com, but all of these other clickbait sites, this isn't the worst of the clickbait sites, but all the others have picked this up. Now what is it? So Wolves, that's Wolverhampton Wanderers to you, are looking at Millwall man. So who do you think they're looking at? Probably George Sowell, because, you know, they just lost Cunha to Man United, or maybe Billy Mitchell to replace Cunha. No. They're looking at Ivanovic. Millwall striker Mihailo Ivanovic has been looked at multiple times by Premier League outfit Wolves, according to journalist Richard Crawley. That's wrong. Crawley. It's not Crawley, it's Crawley. That just means they sent a scout. That's all that means. And then, so what they've done, so this is the tweet. If it loads, yeah, here we go. So Richard Cawley on X Twitter. Wolves have been monitoring Millwall striker Mihailo Ivanovic. The 20-year-old scored 12 championship goals in first season in England after. So it doesn't even say they've been multiple times. It just says they've been monitoring. So, you know, they've extrapolated. And then they've got all this other guff that they have to pad out about what Wolves have done. Yada, yada, yada. You know, this is, look, the teams that he scored against. Yada, yada, yada. All of this stuff. And they've just, like, padded out that. That was the news. Fresh news today, or yesterday evening. And that's what they just padded out. So, yeah, so this has been big on Mill Twitter, you know, speculating like, oh, well, what's the point of selling him this season? You know, wait until next summer, because if he has another good season. And again, you know, here's the thing. That didn't work with Fleming, because he wanted to go. He was upset that, you know, they didn't go. But I don't think Ivanovic's aim is to be a Premier League player. I think his aim is to be a Serie A player. He wants to be closer to home in Serbia. And like I said before, it's literally what, it's like a 45-minute flight from parts of Italy to Serbia. It's a very quick flight. I don't think now obviously the Premier League is where all of the money is. But, you know, if you can trade off getting a decent wage in Serie A and getting a decent wage in the Premier League, you know, unless he's going to be like a big man in the Premier League, like a major star in the Premier League, yeah, he'll be getting like decent money, but it's not going to be like insane. So, yeah. Again, so, like, everyone's saying, like, oh, keep him, sell him next summer. Like, there are some reason that the number 10 million came up for some reason, and even though it wasn't even mentioned, it's like, oh, you need to double that. Yeah, like I said, you know, the thing with Zion Fleming is obviously there were maybe offers that were rejected by Millwall, and then he found out about them, and he got a strop on, and then, you know, he forced the move after the second season. But that second season, you know, he wasn't playing as good as he was in the first season, so hopefully that doesn't happen here. Obviously much younger, Ivanovic. So I think he realises he has time. I think Zion Fleming was a bit older. He's like, I need to get moving, because, you know, there's not a lot of years left here. So maybe we can not see a repeat of that situation. But yeah. So yeah, that was that came out today. And we also got this that came out. So this is from the 72.co.uk, and they're reporting on. They made a story out of a tweet from Southern News' reporter Will Scott, and this is what Will Scott did. Understand, Mill will remain admirers of Zak Sturge, one to definitely keep an eye on, this summer. So he's put that up. So you can see it's literally just the sentence saying, you know, Millwall are interested in Zak Sturge if a deal can be done. This is the thing. We're not going to break the bank. Obviously, we're going to try and make a move. But, you know, if Chelsea try and take the piss, we'll just walk away. And that's how it goes. So let's see what they wrote up about this. So, Mill keen on 20-year-old Premier League Lone Star. Mill was said to be interested in Chelsea left-back Zak Sturge this summer transfer window, according to Will Scott. Mill will have an exciting couple of months ahead of them before the beginning of the next campaign, after the first period of the summer transfer window opened on Sunday. After becoming the head coach at the end of December, Alex Neil guided the Lions to an 8th place finish in the league and just 2 points off a playoff place in the top 6. The South London side had a busy January window, during which 8 new players joined the Championship outfit. Included in the 8 was Chelsea left-back Zak Sturge, who signed on a loan deal until the end of the 24-25 campaign. Now, Will Scott of Southern News has reported that Mill will remain admirers of Sturge, and the defender is a player that the Lions want at the Den next season. The 20-year-old played 5 times for the Lions during his loan spell and started their last 3 games of the season, playing the full 90 minutes in all of them. If it hadn't been for his last 3 appearances for Mill, Zak Sturge's loan spell would have been deemed as a disappointment for all parties involved. However, the young defender played a pivotal role at left-back in the final games of the campaign in place of the injured Joe Bryan, and he even kept a clean sheet against Swansea City, who were in top form at the time. The 20-year-old is out of contract this summer. He is out of contract, but again, he is a 20-year-old. Compensation is due. You will not get him for free. So you need to talk to Chelsea and agree the compensation, or you'll go to tribunal and it could be a lot of money. So I imagine, unless Millwall know what they're going to pay, because that's the thing with the tribunals now. You think about financial fair play and you're cutting it close to the bone. And then the tribunal says, oh, this is what you have to pay. And it takes you over the limit. Man, what a mistake that would be. What a mistake that would be. You couldn't afford it. You get points deductions, you'd have to sell players, all kinds of stuff could be happening. Just because you couldn't do a deal with the club and you let it go to a tribunal. It's like, ooh. It's unlikely that Chelsea are going to offer an extension on his current deal, so Sturge will have the choice as to where he plays next campaign. Again, 20-year-old, he's going to be 21. I don't know when he's going to be 21, but the youth system in this country is under 21. If you haven't made it, or nearly made it by the age of 21, it's time to move on. A move back to the Lions does make sense for the left back, especially with the way Millwall are focusing on developing younger players in their setup, and the youngster would provide ample competition for Bryan. And then, we haven't got the tweet for this, but they've added a little bit. So, transfer plans for the Lions this window. According to Richard Corley, Millwall are open to loan and permanent options for a new goalkeeper this summer. Yeah, because Lucas Jensen got injured for 9 months. That's what we expected. Lucas Jensen ruptured his Achilles towards the end of last season, and with fellow senior shotstopper Liam Roberts out, the Lions were forced to start 19-year-old George Evans in the goal for the remaining few games. Roberts is out of contract this summer, so the South London side will need to reinforce this position in the transfer window while Jensen continues to rehabilitate. Again, is Roberts going to stick around? I'm not so sure. I am not so sure. So we could find ourselves without a goalkeeper, which is not ideal, but we'll see. Now, moving on to this from southernnews.co.uk. It's quite a big summer. Millwall Academy coach on Sheldon Kendalls' impressive rise. Kevin Nugent said the upcoming summer would be big for Academy forward Sheldon Kendall after the 70-year-old made the step up to the Nugent's under-21s in the past year and was handed his first team debut by Lions boss Alex Neil. And this is the thing that you don't realise. It's under-21s, but you've got 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds playing for them. And so they come in at 17 and they're there for 4 years. at that level, for the under-21s. And, so by the time they get to 21, if they haven't made it in those 4 years, if they haven't progressed and broken through in 4 years into our first team, that's why they let them go at 21, because they've been in the team for 4 years. Kendall joined the club at under 14s level and progressed through the academy before being offered his first professional contract earlier this January. A week later, Alex Neil named him to Mill's matchday squad for the FA Cup third round clash with Dagenham and Redbridge at the Den, and he was substituted on in the 84th minute. Kendall went on to make 4 first-team matchday squads and has been a regular fixture in Nugent's under-21s, going on to win the Academy Player of the Season in late April. Nugent stressed the importance of not overcoaching Kendall. Oh, he's a first-year scholar. He's been with us pretty much all season. He's really settled in. We haven't overcoached Sheldon at all. We've let him play his little bits, and he's played in different positions. He's been in and around the first team. And a lot of these lads that we've had last season, it's quite a big summer for them now. Make sure that they get ready to come in and hit the ground running. Yes, do not go to Dubai or the Caribbean and get fat. Keep yourself trim and fit. Now, moving on to this. This is from FSS.rs, which is the website for the Football Federation of Serbia. Why am I showing you this? Because I'm going to tell you, I told you before, I'm going to tell you again tomorrow, 5 o'clock UK time. Serbia under-21s playing Greece. Ivanovic started and scored in the last game at the weekend. Might be, I think he's going to be starting in this one as well. He's a star man, unless they rest him and bring him off. Doesn't make any. If you're going to play him, you start him, and maybe take him off at half time. If you're going to play him in less minutes, I don't think you don't start him and you bring him on for 20 minutes at the end. Don't make no sense. So this is Loznica hosted the youth national team of Serbia training walk and statements before the match with Greece. So obviously I told you about they've got a big summer tournament. They're hosting the UEFA Euro competition in the summer of 2027. The qualifying starts now. They don't need to qualify. They're the joint hosts with Albania. So what they're doing is they're having games around the country as a sort of a goodwill tour to drum up excitement for this tournament that's happening in 2 years. So we've got a story here. We're going to have a read of it. It's been translated into English. It was originally written in Serbian by my web browser. So the young national team of Serbia is currently staying in Banja Kovačica near Loznica, where they are preparing for a friendly match with the Greek national team, which will be played at the Lagator Stadium on Wednesday, June the 4th at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. local time, which apparently is 5 p.m. our time. And a reminder, if you are in Loznica or nearby, you can go to this game for free. Just rock up at the ticket office at the stadium and ask for a ticket, and you will get one for free. And you can come back and watch the game for free. Almost 3 decades have passed since the last match of the national team of Serbia in Loznica. So they haven't had a national team game there in 30 years. And on this occasion, the mayor of Loznica, Dragana Lukic, and her associates hosted a delegation of the young national team led by the head coach Alexander Kolarov. Mayoress Dragana Lukic welcomed and emphasised the importance of the stay of the young Serbian national team in Loznica, as well as the improvement of sports infrastructure, among which the Lagator Stadium, built according to the latest UEFA FA4 standards, stands out. So, I'm not sure if this stadium is going to be featured in the competition in 2 years' time. Maybe it is. Head coach Alexander Kolarov expressed his satisfaction with the stay of the young national team in Loznica, the conditions at the stadium that fully meets the standards and requirements of the national team, as well as the accommodation, hospitality, and the overall atmosphere in the city. And there's our man there, Mihailo Ivanovic, on the right-hand side, walking through the gardens of Loznica there. The morning hours and break until training were spent by the coaching staff and players walking through Banja Kovačica with the great atmosphere among the team. Orlik, that's him there, trained in phenomenal conditions at the Lagator Stadium, a beautiful building on 2 levels where the selectors of Kolarov will welcome the Greek national team. Admission to the match is free for all visitors, and spectators can pick up their tickets at the stadium box office tomorrow on the day of the match from 12 noon until the start of the match. On the occasion of tomorrow's match, Adam Avdic and Stranja Rakic, born in Loznica, spoke for the official website of the Football Association of Serbia. So that's 2 of the players who are from Loznica, and I'm not going to read that, but here you go. So this is happening tomorrow, under 21 game for Ivanovic. He started in the last one and he scored. I shared a post on YouTube showing you the highlights, and that post that I shared, that was from the Football Federation of Serbia. That's their official YouTube page. So I'm hoping that they're going to have more after this game on that thing there. But it may very well be, as it's just reset, if we go back up, we're going to have to click on it and do it again. So it says on the Ladbrokes website, and I'm sure it's going to be on other things as well, that it's going to be, you can watch the game. Now, see, it says for that one you can watch it. It says for that one you can watch it. It doesn't say for the other one. So it's not a blanket thing that they do. But it does say you can watch the game. So they must be like broadcasting it maybe in Serbia or somewhere. I don't know. But according to this, 5 o'clock UK time, Serbia under 21s versus Greece under 21s. And the pricing is 2.5 for Serbia, 2.5 for Greece, and 3.1 for the draw. So, interesting. Again, I don't know much about Greece under 21s, but I probably would go with Serbia to win this game. But again, that's not betting advice. I'm just showing you. I'm not saying you should bet, but here's the thing. It may be on YouTube as well. I think it was on YouTube the other day. I just didn't get to it in time. But if you can't find it on there, it should be on here. Now, moving on to this. Now, this is interesting. This is Millwall FC's X page, or X account on X. A proud part of our history. What? That. Yep. So, this is what they've done. A new addition here at the Den. Millwall Football Club is proud to have acquired an exact replica of the 87-88 Second Division trophy, which will stand as a physical reminder of a fantastic season and will be treasured by the club forever. Yeah, and they've interspersed it, so they've got pictures of it with footage from the day. So there it is, right? So this is interesting. What are they going to do with that? Is it going to be for people? Is it going to be locked away in the chairman's suite, or is it actually going to be? Because it's not the official thing. It's a replica. A bloody good replica, but a replica nevertheless. See, there it is. You can see it. I think this is looping, by the way. So, what I would say, here's the thing. It's a replica, but it's not a replica of the one that Millwall won. What do I mean by that? Well, Millwall won it in 87-88, and you can see here, if we get a better picture up, you can just about see here the plaque in the middle. That's Millwall. And then for some reason underneath they've got 1988-89, that's Chelsea. And then above it, again for some reason, 91-92, so they've skipped a couple of years, Ipswich Town. There's one on the side, which I believe to be Oldham. It's hard to see, but I think that's 90, no, I think that's 89-90. And then we've got 90 and 91, which I'm assuming is on the other side that we can't see. This is a replica of the trophy at the end of its life, not when Millwall picked it up. You understand? Obviously, because what happened in 92-93, the Premier League was invented, the FA Premier League as it was known at the time. So this trophy became obsolete. You know, there's space on the side, you can see there, so I assume that they thought they were going to be putting a few more plaques on that. Didn't happen. So this trophy became obsolete, and this seems to be a replica of the last moment of that trophy after Ipswich Town won it in 91-92. So it is a replica of that, but it's not a replica of the one that Mill picked up, which would just have Mill's name on it. And I believe we were the first team to pick this up. And obviously, as I understand it with these trophies that are won, the team wins it, and I assume it's like at your local club or your junior club. You win the trophy for a year, you keep it for a year. At the end of the year, you have to give it back. I'm assuming that's the same with this. And then maybe, you know, if you win it a lot, like obviously, was it Brazil? They won the World Cup 3 times and they got to keep it. And then FIFA made a different one. The Jules Rimet trophy, they kept that. So yeah, so this is a replica, but it's the replica of the trophy as it was after Millwall won it at the end of its life, not immediately at the moment that Millwall won it. Because you can see in the footage, if we go back to the footage, you know, when we won it, it didn't have the big black box on the bottom. It was just the one on top. So they've added to it. If you just wait for it to loop around again, you see when Les Briley picks it up, it's a lot smaller. It's just got the initial black bit on it. It doesn't have... Well, does it even have that on it? If we see it again, just give it a second. Is it looping or am I... Maybe I'm looping. No, I don't think it's looping. Oh, here we go, here we go. So you can see it's a lot smaller. Yeah, it's just got the initial... It's got that first layer of black on it. It's just got the one where it says Ipswich Town and Oldham. It doesn't have the Millwall one on, which is weird. So they put our name on it and then moved it down later. Well, that don't make no sense. But so yeah, you know, what are they going to do with this? I don't know if you've been down the Den recently post-season. They're doing some building work there. I don't know what they're doing. They got a skip there, and they seem to be ripping out part of the ground next to the reception on the right hand side where they used to have the ticket collection. I don't know what they're doing there. I don't know if this is part of that. Maybe they're going to be doing like a little you know, it would be good, like a reinforced like glass case thing that had this trophy in it and maybe some other stuff, and you could, when you're outside the ground, you go up to the outside of it and you know, you can take your picture with the trophy from outside, or maybe from inside, maybe a little tour, part of the tour. Yeah, I don't know why they've got it, but it is interesting. It's good. Again, one of only 5 titles that we've won. We've only won the league 5 times. Going back, don't believe me? Go back and check. I'm pretty sure we've only, well, the Football League, the Southern League, I don't know about that. So we only, since we've joined the Football League, we've only won various different leagues 5 times. And this wasn't even the last one, this is the big one. And so again, you know, with the symbolism, obviously this was when we won the 2nd division and we got promoted to the 1st division, the top league of English football, which is the pinnacle, where we were there for 2 years. And obviously the team at the moment, this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to get promoted to that top division. So maybe that's for them. Maybe it's for the dressing room. A little reminder of what could be. So yeah, I don't know. Do they still have... I don't even know what it looks like. When we won the league in... Was it 2000? Was it 2000, 2001 or 99, 2000? Under Mark McGee. Do we still have that trophy, or did they... Like, how did that work? Did they give us one to keep? I think they do now, don't they? Those trophies from the EFL, they're They're literally like one and done. You get your own one and you keep it, I think. So it's not like it was back in the day where they would just add your name to it, like the Charity Shield, where they just engrave your name in it or put a little plaque on. I think they just give you one to keep. Sometimes maybe not a full size one, but like a third, 75%, 3/4 one. But yeah, this is interesting. Wonder what they're going to do with it. Very, very interesting. Now, I'm going to finish out the video by looking at the transfers. The transfer window is open. It is open for 10 days and it will close again and then reopen. So, who has been taking advantage of the transfer window opening early? Not a lot. Not a lot of clubs. This is it. Obviously, opened on the 1st of June, but that was a Sunday, so no deals were done. Obviously, some have been announced earlier to go through when the window opens. But these are the ones that have been announced 2nd of June, 3rd of June. Concerning our division, we've got Marcus Arnes leaving Ipswich and going to Huddersfield on the free transfer. We have, now this is interesting, Nathan Baxter. He's a goalkeeper. Watford has signed him from Bolton on a free. Now that is interesting. Obviously, he's a decent League One goalkeeper. And I think we have proven that, you know, if you get a keeper that's doing well in League One and bring him into the Championship, they can do quite well in the Championship. Both of our keepers last season, Liam Roberts and Lucas Jensen, have proven that. That, you know, the top end of League One, that goalkeeper, if you get one of them, they seem to be okay. So Watford have done that. They've signed a keeper for free from Bolton. Watford so far, they've signed a couple of players. Cipriano from Peterborough. So they're making the moves behind the scenes. I don't think, have they got a manager yet? Obviously, I think they fired their manager, Tom Cleverley. I don't know if they have a new one yet, but we also have Ramel Donovan. Obviously, Birmingham City were in League One last season. They've now joined us in the Championship. They've sold one of their young stars, to Brentford for an undisclosed fee. That is interesting. So, there you go. Now today, the 3rd of June, we've got Paul Valentin has left Sheffield Wednesday, gone to Preston on a free transfer. Interesting enough, today I believe Sheffield Wednesday have been charged. They have been charged by the EFL because yet again they have not paid their players. Although I'm not sure if they haven't paid their players or they haven't put the funds in. They got in trouble before, them and their owner, and the rules say, I don't know if it's the rules overall or their rules, like secret probation rules just for them, that they had to put an extra month's wages in an account by that was run by the EFL to guarantee their wages. And I don't think they've done that, so they've got in trouble. So they've been charged. So, but here's the thing: if they haven't paid their players, so if they've missed the players' wages, the players can rip up their contracts and leave if they do that. Can you imagine, like, if they've paid a transfer fee for a player and then they don't pay their wages, that player can just walk away? That is insane. Surely what you would do then in that situation is anybody who's worth anything, you would pay their wages, and everyone else you just wouldn't, and say, okay, we're not paying your wages, you can leave if you want, but you're rubbish and you're not gonna go. So, but yeah, weird things happening in Sheffield Wednesday. Weird things. So we'll see if they get a points deduction or some of it. Probably, I don't know what's going to happen, but yeah. So there you go. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.